Welcome back. Going in depth tonight. Right now, there are 5 bills sitting in the Statehouse that would ban a topic from South Carolina classrooms. You've probably heard of it before, but you might not know what it is. Talking about critical race theory.
Fox Carolina's Grace Runkel talked with some experts. She tells us why educators are concerned.
A topic once only discussed by scholars has found itself at the forefront of public debate. At school board meetings,
critical race theory,
and the Statehouse.
Does it actually say critical race theory is?
You may be wondering, what is critical race theory? And you're not alone. Google reported a sharp spike in searches of that very question starting in 2020.
I've used the word a fire because it just seems like it's spreading so quickly.
Furman University professor Paul Thomas has taught for almost 4 decades. Half of that as a high school English teacher. Now he's training the next generation of educators.
Critical race theory is a lens that scholars use to examine race problems.
CRT theorizes race is a construct created through laws and social institutions that should be changed.
Critical race theory came about when scholars decided individual racism doesn't explain the problem.
The idea has been around since the 70s, but recently some politicians and parents became concerned it was being taught in the classroom.
They want their children to be taught ABCs, not CRT.
Lexington County Representative R.J. May says the definition of critical race theory has changed. So he drafted House Bill 4799.
At the heart of this bill, we are seeking to prohibit the idea that any sex, race, ethnicity, religion, color, or national origin is inherently superior or inferior.
To me, it's a manufactured crisis, and that is the problem.
As long as there have been schools, there have been debates over curriculum. In the 90s, the question was, how do we teach about public health crisis?
When AIDS first came on the scene, we had a lot of controversy about what do you tell kids about that. People are very uncomfortable when you talk about things like that with their children.
Sherry East was a biology teacher back when debates like this one were taking place. Now she's the director of the South Carolina Educators Association. She says this time is different.
Feels almost like a witch hunt in a way.
And there's action in the Statehouse. 5 bills propose banning what legislators label as CRT, or risk losing funding.
Are you concerned?
Oh, absolutely. And we've had a lot of teachers call that are concerned because these bills, they leave a lot to the interpretation.
Bills like 4392, which says a teacher cannot teach a lesson that could make a student feel, quote, discomfort. State Superintendent Molly Spearman addressed it with lawmakers February 16th.
Some events in our state, nation, and world's history will make students and educators alike feel uncomfortable. But that does not mean that they shouldn't be taught.
7 states have already passed similar bills, including Tennessee, where one high school teacher was fired for teaching an essay deemed inappropriate.
We have a huge educator shortage right now. We can't find enough teachers, and these are the kind of things that will push people out of the classroom.
Critically analyze the media source, look at who wrote it. The question always now is going to be, yes, I would like to teach this, but will I be allowed to? Or yes, I would love to teach this, but will I get fired?
Thomas says the irony is he never talked about CRT in class before this year. But now he says the discussion around it can't be ignored. Grace Runkel, Fox Carolina News.